Ravichandran. Start using the frontal lobe. Start using the frontal lobe. Dwarakesh Ravichandran.
Thank you, everybody. Before I start, the spring traditions. In India, we don't have spring or autumn season. It's just summer and the winters. The summers are so long, we don't even know when the winter comes into. So spring tradition is the beaches in here. That's what I love about the spring, I guess. Fine. I really have had a bad day. I think it's because I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. And on the way to the building, I saw a big black cat just cross me. And I wasn't sure if I had to give the speech today. And I was trying to buy a house on the riverside, and it was really pretty, and it was priced to move in, and it was really the house I wanted. But the number said 13 on it. And this is my favorite. When I grew up, my mom, she refused to pay my math tutor on Fridays, just because when you give money on Fridays, you always keep giving the money away. Fellow Toastmasters, it's belief. What is belief? It is the idea that holds true to you. These ideas are implanted in your conscience, like a seed, which you act upon. We all have something to believe. So you might believe in people, you might believe in money, religion, person, God. It can be anything. For example, when you grew up, you might have listened from your parents saying, hey, don't wake up at 3 a.m. That's when the ghost keeps walking around. In India it was 12, but the fact is we all believe that we have to stay in bed in the night and not to wake up because you encounter ghosts. I had one such belief when I grew up. My parents taught me that on the day of New Year's, you always do the right things. The events that happen on the day of the New Year will predict how the year is going to be for you. Now let's get back to December 31st, 2009. I woke up that morning, fresh and early, went into my bathroom, sitting in the toilet, and thinking about how much the New Year is going to be. So in India, we have water heaters that looks like this. One has the hot water tube, and the other one has the cold water. And it's pretty much looks like this. So you have seen in the movies where a person shouts so loud, bird in the top of the building flies away. And that was me. The hot water tube in the shower and the water heater broke, and it burned my right hand and my thigh. So that was incident number 1. Anyways, I got myself ready and went to work. It was 31st, so that's the payday in India. So I was ready to get the salary from my account, and I was waiting in the ATM, put my card in. There was a beep. The ATM said, the card has been withheld, please collect it from the branch. I was like, oh my God, this is turning out to be one hell of a day. So I had some money with me, so there was a party happening at my apartment complex, singing, drinking, dancing, and food. I did all the first 3, and the last one was food. When I got to the food part, it was all over. And they didn't have anything except a bowl of shrimp, which I had, and I had to go to sleep, hungry. So that was incident number 3. The next morning, I wake up, and as New Year, we all, try to gather with the friends and family, go to a restaurant, have a good meal. And I know this restaurant, and I know the price of the buffet. And I walked into the restaurant, had a good meal, like so much fun talking with friends, family. And then when the check came in, I saw the check and I couldn't believe it. They doubled the price of the meal that day. Just because it's New Year's, they had to make something special. And I didn't have money to cover it. So I was looking at the check, I was looking at the waiter, then I looked at my friend. So he finally paid my money for the food. So things always doesn't happen the way we wanted it to go. We always feel that because of some events, this thing bad happened to me. So sometimes it doesn't even make sense. Belief shapes our character, feelings, emotions, your moods, your expectations about reality. Reality is endless possibilities. So when you take this reality and put through this filter called belief that you have, and the outcome is going to be you, the potential in you. So if you really wanted to see what your potential is, you have to challenge your belief. From my perspective, belief is a cover-up for your insecurities. So once you try to challenge a belief and go beyond it, that's when you'll really know what your potential is, what you can give back to the community by changing your belief, even to the world, you never know. So my fellow Toastmasters and friends, guests, it doesn't matter how bad you start, it's always how best you finish it. I would like to conclude by saying, stop believing in superstitions and start believing to challenge your beliefs. And that's when you use the frontal lobe of your brain, which controls the actions of thinking, reasoning, and finally rationalizing your so-called belief. Thank you.
Our next speaker today is a great, in my opinion, is a great storyteller. And usually her stories are about her antics of her two sons. They're usually pretty humorous, but let's see what she has in store for us today. Our next speaker will be Lori Lors, The Long Goodbye. Long Goodbye, Lori Lors.